Personal pronouns are amongst the most frequently used words in the Danish language, as they are in practically all of the world's languages. In English, it is words like I, you, he and she. Here is a short general introduction to personal pronouns. If you are already familiar with the basic concepts connected to personal pronouns, you should skip this introduction. In relation to the personal pronouns, we distinguish between the first, second and third persons. First, second and third person denotes the roles of the participants of the conversation. We start with the first and second person. Personal pronouns can be used when referring to the participants directly involved in a conversation, for example, I or you. The first person includes the speaker. The second person includes the addressee, that is, the person or people spoken to.
Jeg, du.
In Danish, the speaker uses the pronoun jeg, meaning I, when referring to him or herself. In Danish, the speaker uses the pronoun du, meaning singular you, when referring to the person spoken to. There is also in Danish, as opposed to English, a form that can be used when addressing somebody formally or in a polite manner. This will be dealt with on a later occasion. The roles of the speaker and the addressee are not fixed roles. During a conversation, the roles are reversed. Imagine, for example, a conversation between two people. One person is speaking while the other person is listening. Then the two people switch roles. Now the one who first spoke listens, while the person who first listened is now speaking. Watch this film clip.
Jeg hedder Eva. Hvad hedder du?
Jeg hedder Adam.
Er du lærer?
Nej, jeg er elev. Er du også elev?
Ja, jeg er også elev. Jeg hedder Eva. Hvad hedder du?
Jeg hedder Adam.
Er du lærer?
Nej, jeg er elev. Er du også elev?
Ja, jeg er også elev.
In this dialogue, both Adam and Eve use the word jeg when referring to themselves. Adam uses the word do about Eva when he speaks to her. Eva uses the word do about Adam when she speaks to him. Eve and Adam in turn occupy the roles of speaker and addressee. Third-person pronouns are used about people or things, not directly participating in the conversation, but which are the subject of the conversation. Third-person pronouns are thus not used about the speaker nor the person being spoken to, but about a person or thing being talked about. Here are a few examples.
Ja, og hvad hedder hun?
Hun hedder Fatma.
Ja, og hvad hedder hun?
Hun hedder Fatma.
In this dialogue, Annie and Ali are talking to each other. They are not talking to Fatma. They are talking about Fatma. Fatma is referred to as hun. Hun is a third-person pronoun. Hun is used when referring to females.
Hvad hedder han?
Han hedder Ali.
Hvad hedder han?
Han hedder Ali.
In this dialogue, Annie and Fatma are talking to each other. They are not talking to Ali. They are talking about Ali. Ali is referred to as han. Han is a third-person pronoun. Han is used when referring to male persons.
Hvad hedder den?
Den hedder Rolf.
Hvad hedder den?
Den hedder Rolf.
In this dialogue, Layla and Scott speak about a dog. The dog is named Rolf, but is referred to as den, not han or hun. This is because the dog is not a human. Only people are referred to with han or hun. The pronouns hun, han, and den are used here partly about people who are being talked about and partly about a dog that is being talked about. These people and this dog are not spoken to, they are talked about. That's why we say that they are in the third person. Personal pronouns are used when referring to people or things without mentioning them by name. If a man is named Adam, for example, or Ali, we say han about him. The Danish pronoun han reveals only one thing, that we are talking about a male person. If a woman is named Annie, for example, or Eva, we say hun when talking about her. The Danish pronoun hun reveals only one thing, that we are talking about a female person. Personal pronouns do not, per se, have much meaning. You can only use personal pronouns when it is absolutely clear who or what you are talking about. Here is an example.
Her er Annie. Hun er lærer. Hun er ikke elev. Her er Adam. Han er elev. Han er ikke lærer.
Instead of Annie, you can say hun. Instead of Adam, you can say han. Pronouns can replace names or nouns. They replace, for instance, the names Adam and Annie. Using pronouns, we can avoid repeating nouns or names again and again. Here is an example. Therefore, you wouldn't say,
Her er Annie. Annie er lærer. Annie er ikke elev. Her er Adam. Adam er elev. Adam er ikke lærer. Her er Annie. Hun er lærer. Hun er ikke elev. Her er Adam. Han er elev. Han er ikke lærer.